Okay, we'll begin the recording now. Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for all Illinois students, sponsored by the Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us tonight. A few housekeeping announcements just before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any point in time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at IACAC.org. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website, so IACAC.org. And now I'd like to turn it over to our presenter.
Good evening. My name is Joe Campion. I'm one of the admissions officers here at Duquesne, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time to join us. I'd like to share our screen here today. And hold on just 1 second, please. Duquesne University. My name is Joe Campion. This is my contact information, and please feel free to certainly contact me with any questions. As we begin, I'd want to inform you that Duquesne was founded in 1878 by the Puritan priests. We have students of all faiths at Duquesne, but we are a Catholic university. And what really makes us quite unique is that we were founded by the Puritan congregation, which is an international missionary order. This is very important because through the slides, you'll see that international opportunities for studying abroad and gaining an international perspective is very, very important to our institution. But the Puritan priests came to Pittsburgh in a missionary capacity from Central Europe, France and Germany specifically. And they have settled here. We've been in existence in 1878. We have a beautiful 53-acre campus in the heart of the city of Pittsburgh. Our total enrollment is 6,000 students undergrad, and then including our graduate students, 9,500. Some of our 6,000 students will, for want of a better term, morph into our graduate population in that we have a number of programs that go beyond 4 years into 5 and even 6, where one might be able to get a graduate degree. I would want to tell you that the student ratio numbers here in average class sizes are pre-COVID, as you can see with the students at this time not wearing their masks. We are open. This is our 11th week of classes in the fall 2020 semester. And I can't commend the students enough on how adherent they have been to our COVID protocols of wearing their mask, social distancing, and employing all the COVID protocols we've put in place on the campus. But I will say, though, with the average sizes of these classes, some of them are certainly smaller than this now, the opportunity to access faculty, be involved in undergraduate research projects is bountiful. We are located in the city of Pittsburgh on a beautiful 53-acre campus. It is a park-like setting, very safe and accessible to all of the amenities of a world-renowned city, ranked many times as one of the most livable cities in the United States. Pittsburgh is just a wonderful location for students to explore, learn, gain internship opportunities. We are a huge, huge area for medical opportunities in nursing, pharmacy, all of the allied health areas, speech language pathology, physician's assistant, physical therapy, occupational therapy, just to name a few. Get into that in a little bit. But our campus, if you might see with the mouse, is right in this area here and in walking distance to all of the amenities that we have. This area is called the Golden Triangle, and our school is located right in that area. So there's tremendous opportunities on weekends or afternoons and evenings to be engaged, involved in going to the Pittsburgh Penguins. We're directly across the street from them. Cultural opportunities with the Pittsburgh Symphony, Broadway shows. And again, this is something that we do anticipate will open up again when we get this pandemic behind us. The campus itself, we have 9 schools of study, 8 are undergraduate with over 80 majors plus. I want to definitely emphasize this one particular area, as I think it's very important. All of our many undergraduate programs, all of them are direct entry. So at the time of application, you must know whether you want For instance, nursing, pharmacy, physician's assistant, physical therapy, just to name a few. There's no reapplication whatsoever. You're in that program for the duration of study that it would have. Tremendous opportunities for hands-on experience, and that would include obviously gaining great insight into the profession, regardless of what it is. The new academic programs that we have, cybersecurity, international security studies, applied mathematics, we're very excited about. Our 8 schools of undergraduate study are going to be the School of Natural and Environmental Sciences, and this would encompass biology or biological sciences, chemistry, biochemistry, forensic science and the law, which is a 5-year master's program, physics, to name a few, as well as, of course, as the slide mentions, environmental sciences. That's a degree in and of itself. Our School of Health Sciences, again, all direct entry programs, physical therapy, occupational therapy, physician's assistant, speech language pathology, athletic training, health administration, just to name a few. We have wonderful School of Music for performance, music education, music technology, and we encourage all of our students, regardless if they want to major in music or just really enjoy being instrumentalists. They've taken classes in high school and have an instrument. We don't want you to leave that at home. We have a very, very talented student body, and we do have great opportunities for ensembles, orchestra, and opportunity chamber music to keep your music up. The School of Liberal Arts would have obviously courses in the social and humanities, such as physical or political science, international relations. We have a number of foreign language opportunities if students want to pursue those areas, to name a few, as well as psychology. And it's the heart of our institution. All of our students here, regardless of their particular major, will have the opportunity to take courses in this as far as our university core. We have a School of Business, and again, we're in the heart of the business community here in Pittsburgh for finance, management, information systems, accounting, to name a few, as well as marketing. Great opportunities in the School of Business. For education, elementary, secondary, special education, there's very outstanding public and private schools in the greater Pittsburgh area for students to do their student teaching, and they're very, very engaged and involved in those areas. We have a 4-year direct entry BSN program in nursing. Our next door neighbor actually happens to be a trauma center, Mercy Hospital, and that's one of many sites that students will have gain on experience in the areas of nursing. Our Graduate School of Law, we do have programs with the liberal arts that if students are doing extremely well in liberal arts or business, they may have the opportunity to start what would have been their senior year as first-year law students. It's called a 3-3 program, available primarily to students in liberal arts in the School of Business. As well as I mentioned, we have a forensic science program that would also integrate our Graduate School of Law. And then a 6-year pharmacy program that's for the PharmD degree. So it's a 6-year program. You're accepted as a freshman and you go right through the 6 years. What's unique about this slide, I think, is that there's not one particular major. We have a very enriched environment for students to study. And again, there's so many different interests here. It's just a diverse academic opportunity. Yes, it's a pandemic, but we do know that we will, like all things, get this behind us, and we can't wait. This is not our only campus in Pittsburgh. We also have a campus in Rome, opportunities in Dublin, Ireland. As I mentioned, with the spirit and tradition here, international opportunities abound, and all majors are available to take advantage of this. The question becomes the duration of time. As you can see with the area of Maymester, that's a play on the word of month of May. There's a 3-week opportunity for students to study abroad during the month of May. There's summer programs available, and as tight as a week as spring break. We have students that a few years ago, did go to France, Paris to be specific, for spring break in March, and it was a life-altering opportunity there in that they took advantage of going to the Cathedral of Notre Dame, and during that month of April, there was a tragic fire there. These students had a chance to see this beautiful piece of architecture and study before it was obviously altered. Our campus, as far as living opportunities, all of our residency halls are on the Duquesne campus. We have approximately 3,900 students that live on the campus. All of these rooms are certainly air conditioned. There's 7 residency halls, and we do require freshmen and sophomores to live on the campus. However, many of them stay beyond the freshman and sophomore. They can stay here for their 8 semesters of duration, so 4 years, if they are so inclined. It's very safe, and there's a lot of opportunity engagement within these residency halls. As far as dining opportunities, and I think during this unique time, it's important to mention, we've altered, and I have to commend our food service on the tremendous job that they've done in adjusting to grab and go options and making things accessible for students. We have a very popular Chick-fil-A on campus. Ours is closed on Saturdays and Sundays, but it's very, very popular. And I think it's also important to mention during this slide that any student that would have any kind of dietary needs, allergies, etc., our chefs can accommodate. The only thing we ask is that you just give us advance notice. Everything's made fresh, and the food on the campus is very, very good. I'd also want to point out that, again, we're in an area where students often may on weekends go to restaurants that are in easy access to the campus too, and affordably priced. As far as in getting involved, I'd otherwise call this an engagement slide. We have well over 250 organizations that students can participate in. Some of them are going to be pertinent to their professional study. Others are going to be certainly recreational. We have a lot of students here that are involved in intramurals, physical activities, and during this pandemic, I'm happy to say that everybody's wearing their mask, their social distancing. Instead of spin bikes being a couple feet away, they're now 6 or 7 feet away. But the students are very engaged in these activities. And like everything else this year, during this fall term, we've had a student activities fair. Yes, our fair was virtual as well, but on weekends and after class, there's a lot of things to do here on the Duquesne campus, 7 days a week. This slide, I think, is important because it shows a proactive nature of our School of Pharmacy. And yes, now everyone's masked up, but during this semester, above and beyond what's being asked of them, our students are getting their flu shots, so our 5th and 6th year pharmacy students are providing flu shots to students at no cost. All they need to do is on the internet register for these shots. And we're very proud of the added protection that these students are getting to, again, make sure that they're healthy. We have our own police force at Duquesne. They're also certified as first responders. They're certified police force, and they protect the entire Duquesne community as well as the surrounding Pittsburgh community that we're located in. So again, we're unique in that we have our own identifiable campus. Our health services, again, done a tremendous job this fall with assisting students. We do have the rapid test available with the results within 20 minutes should students feel they have symptoms of COVID, and we can get them the assistance that they need to keep their studies in check and keep going with their semester. They've done just a tremendous job, as well as, of course, at any time, but specifically now, the importance of counseling and well-being, that students know that they have the assurance of some experienced counselors to listen to them and assist them as they progress in their studies. Career preparation begins in the very first year at Duquesne in the freshman year, right during orientation at the beginning of the school year. And this is a relationship that then begins and will never end. It's lifelong. No cost whatsoever. There's tremendous opportunities for certainly interaction with employment opportunities. And with so many different majors that we have here, our career preparation office works in unison with the departments in the schools on the Duquesne campus, i.e., an interview with accounting is going to be much different than an interview a student would have looking for a position with a pharmacy or a hospital. So again, they're tuned to the specific needs of the individual. They will also work and assist on soft skills such as resume enhancement and interviewing skills as well. When students do leave us and they're now graduates, we will work in unison not only with the career preparation office, but our alumni office as well. We're kind of moving into the application phase of things, and I would just want to tell you that there's plenty of time to apply to Duquesne University for the fall 2021. As a matter of fact, we'll even taking opportunity for students that may have taken some time where they wanted to start studies for the spring 2021 if they had been at a community college and wanted to transfer to Duquesne. But I say this because for the fall 2021, we have a rolling admission for all majors except the physician's assistant program. As you can see with the slide, the bottom area, that would have an application deadline of December 1. And it's a deadline where the application itself has to be actually complete as opposed to just the application submitted. And the window of time candidate for that particular program would be notified by February 1st. All other programs, it's on a rolling basis, and one would not have to make any kind of decision as far as a deposit until May 1. The application requirements, one can apply to Duquesne either directly through our Duquesne website, which is www.duq.edu/apply, or via the Common App. Take it either way, there's no application fee. The numbers that you see here as far as our grade point average and SAT are just, if you will, thresholds. But if there's one takeaway from this particular slide, in light of the pandemic, we would want to just emphasize that all majors at Duquesne are now test optional. So we've expanded that for 2021 in light of the unique situation we find ourselves in. It's a holistic review. And I would point out, though, in the areas of nursing and health-related areas, there is supplemental materials required, 2 letters of recommendation, and an essay. As far as scholarships and financial aid, there is no application for a merit scholarship. Students are automatically evaluated and reviewed for it. Those that are accepted in the letter of acceptance, they will be notified what the merit scholarship is and the duration of time. There's no reapplication whatsoever for that award. It is good for the entire first degree that one would be attaining here at Duquesne. We have since October 1st begun completing or having parents and their families submit the FAFSA to our financial aid office. And we'll start providing financial aid packages in December of 2020 for those that are complete. But you'll find 99% of our students are receiving some type of financial assistance, and we are ranked as a best value by U.S. News and World Report, and that's a ranking that, again, we are very proud of. As far as merit-based scholarships, this would give you a range of the awards that we have based upon the qualifications of one's QPA and SAT or ACT scores. And it's very important to mention that with the SAT and or ACT, we do super score, which means if you take the test more than once, we will take your highest evidence-based reading and math for the SAT or your highest section with the ACT. We do not require, nor do we evaluate subject tests within these particular exams. All other applicants, however, that do apply test optional will be considered for merit scholarship as well, and it'll be on an individualized basis. We highly advise students to apply before November 15th, 2020 for maximum scholarship consideration. For some of our students.
When I was on campus, it didn't feel anything like Pittsburgh. Duquesne felt like its own city, like its own town, and I felt like I had the benefits of being close to home, but still being far away and living on my own.
The program, the campus, like the Catholic atmosphere.
Financially, it was my best option, and as soon as I knew that I liked it the most as well, I was really happy.
One of the days when the nursing school was having like an open session when you could come in and go to the simulation lab, and that was kind of like my deciding factor. Like, okay, I want to come here. I like the location. The people are friendly.
The interaction with the faculty, they definitely seemed like they were interested in like where I was coming from and like very invested in my future.
And I was able to get a really nice scholarship from Duquesne as well, which can really help us support our education.
That's a view from the city, from the campus into the city of Pittsburgh. And again, this shot behind these students would be the campus itself. But again, the beauty of our campus is that we're in the heart of the city, but it's a campus of about 53 acres, access to everything really. With further ado, if there's any questions, I'd be more than happy to have those. Again, my contact information here, my name is Joe Campion, my telephone and email and I'm ready for any questions that you might have. Please feel free to provide them. And at this time, I don't see any questions. I would want to point out that we are offering at Duquesne during this fall 2020 semester physical tours of the Duquesne campus for parents and students. So we invite you to go to the website that we have, www.duq.edu, and we'd be delighted to have you and your parents join us on the Duquesne campus, meet our student ambassadors. We will be in session at Duquesne until right before Thanksgiving, and then our students will be on a winter break until the 21st of January 2021. So we invite you to come and visit the Duquesne campus. Certainly at this time, you may want to check us out virtually. I think we have a great virtual interactive site, but I think there's nothing like being on the Duquesne campus, meeting our students, meeting our faculty, and being engaged with our learning community. I do want to thank you for taking the time to join us, and I do wish you the very best of success in your academic endeavors for 2021. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, like I mentioned before, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at IACAC.org. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at that same website, IACAC.org. Thank you. And thank you, Joe. Great job.
Thank you very much. Thank you.